Hey everyone, this is Mike,
Hey, and this is Josh.
and we are Real Dead,
Yep.
and got something we've been thinking about doing for a while now, Josh, probably for over a year. And finally, your wife and you did the work. Y'all put the legwork in on this, and all I
Yep.
did was just do this, and then actually had to ask your wife how to get it right. But what are we doing, Josh?
So we are doing a Michael Myers mask tier list. And so
Yes.
this is gonna me and Mike are gonna be compromising on these together. It's not gonna be each we're not each gonna do one. We're gonna kind of compromise, and then if like he's real passionate about one being a little bit higher, I'll give it to him. If I am, he'll probably let me have that one. But yeah, let's get to the categories, Mike. What categories do we have tonight?
Yeah, let's add it on here. And so far here, we got 5 categories. Top, this primo number one is Devil's Eyes.
Yes, and that's the famous saying of, he always Loomis said he's got the devil's eyes, the black eyes. So, um, the devil's eyes is the tippy top masks. Not many will be here, but I'm sure some will.
So number two is That the Boogeyman, and I may have misspelled it. If I did, just overlook it. But Boogeyman.
Okay,
Um,
and
is That
that's
the Boogeyman? That's the next level down, which is still
yep,
above average, but not the
yes,
Devil's Eyes.
that's right.
And then Trick or Treat MFR. That's in the middle. That's
Yep,
okay. Trick or Treat MFR. I know that
yeah,
movie. Yep.
resurrection.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
That's from Halloween 3. If you don't know that already, you will know that. But yeah, that's like, please stop. And the bottom is, I'll see you in hell. And that's what Laurie tells Michael Myers in Halloween Resurrection as she falls to her death. But
I'll
yeah,
see you in
so
hell.
yes. So, and that's the worst here. That these masks, they really don't have any redeeming qualities. So there we have them. We have 22 of them, right, Mike?
Yep. If I looked at this right, it's 22 of them, and we're going to go through them one at a time and pop them in, and they're kind of random all over the place. So we'll just grab one up and then go with it.
Yep. Let's go.
All right. So we're going to bring it up in the middle.
Yep, and then we're going to discuss it, and then we'll rank it.
All right. H2O Stan Winston.
Yep. So this is the mask that is worn the most in Halloween H2O, which is a movie I like. I like the movie, honestly. I do. I enjoy it. It came out right in that sweet spot for me. I think it was 98. This is when I was really getting into horror. I don't know how old, 14 or something like that, probably. So, for me, I think a lot of people don't like the eyes being wide and the hair. But for me, this one, I would put in Trick or Treat MFR, right where it's at, honestly. I don't think it's horrible, and I like it. And I would even, if Mike's willing, I would even put it is at the Boogeyman level. But what do you
I
think,
know
Mike?
a lot of people are going to hate on us for this one, I think, but I'm kind of with you. It's the problem I have with a lot of these masks is I'm just an OGer, and I know these are not OGs, but a couple of them are. But is the eyebrows? There's a couple of these that have dark eyebrows, and for some reason that just bothers me. But I like this mask here that was in that movie. I know there's some other ones in this movie that are shitty, but I kind of like this one. So I'm going to agree with you, Josh, and I'm going to see if can we move this up to Is That the
Yeah.
Boogeyman?
Yep.
Okay, so next we got Halloween Ends.
Yep. So Halloween Ends for me. The movie's horrible, but I'm not going to grade the mask on the movie. I don't mind this mask. I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's great. I think it's it's for me. I don't like it as much as Kills. For me, I would put it in probably Trick or Treat MFR. I think I'd leave it right where it's at, Mike. What are you thinking?
So I actually like this mask. I would say Is That the Boogeyman or Trick or Treat MFR. I'm okay to leave it in the Trick or Treat MFR, and then if we fill one of these up, I may want to move it up or up. I
Okay.
definitely don't want to move it down, but
Okay.
I'm okay with it where it's at right there.
Okay.
All right, now the H2O KMB.
This mask is stop it, stop it, stop it for me. I don't think it's the worst that we are going to see, but it looks horrible. A lot of people call it the alien mask because it just looks alien. It just looks really bad, and they didn't use it that much at all. Obviously, I think this shot and maybe, I don't know. But to me, stop it, stop it, stop it, Mike.
Yeah, that's Chris Duran, right?
Well, he's both of them.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. The other one's got the kind of little freaked up hair, dude. This one's slicked back. I don't really like his mouth and nose on it as much. I don't know why, but and then the cutout eyes and the big dark eyebrow. So I'm going to agree with you. I think we need to put it in stop it, stop it, stop it.
Okay.
All right. So now Rob Zombie Halloween 2.
This mask is horrible in my opinion. I don't like all the pieces missing. I don't like that you can see his beard and stuff. And I just think it doesn't look good. And I think the movie's bad, but I would put this in See You in Hell.
Yeah, I don't like all this face showing in it. Now I know there's a cult of Rob Zombie fans that are going to say, you guys don't know what the hell you're talking about. This is one of the best one. Is it that Boogeyman of Devil's Eyes? I'm favoring more stop it, stop it, stop it. But because it shows so much skin up there,
yep,
I just don't like that. Michael Myers doesn't need to be seen. I think it's got to go. I see you in hell.
Also, in a deleted scene, he says, die. I'm glad they made a deleted scene, though.
Oh, God, Josh, look what we got now.
Okay, well, that's See You in Hell. This is horrible.
There's no need to even talk about this one, right?
Why did they think that was okay, Mike? Honestly, it's a quick shot.
Remember, they said they didn't want to bring Chris said in the video with Sean Clark, they didn't want to bring the actor back from New York. I mean, they didn't want to pay $350 to get him to come back to film.
But listen. I think growing up, I never noticed it. But once you notice it, you can never unsee it.
Yeah, it's so bad.
It's bad. So
it's not good.
Yep. Let's go.
All right. So next we're going to bring up here Halloween Kills.
So Halloween Kills for me is Devil's Eyes. I love the mask. I think when it's freshly burnt, it looks awesome. It is. I think it looks the best out of any of the masks in Dave Gordon Green. Now, I really like 2018. Don't get me wrong. But I think just with the way this is melted, it looks sweet.
So I have to agree with you, Josh. You and I are agreeing a lot. Number one, that shot there that you're using for this is one of my favorites of all time.
Oh, yeah.
In the movies. James Jude Courtney is a great Michael Myers, in my opinion.
Yes.
Playing the older Michael Myers, he did a great job. Great guy. I've met him before. Got his autograph. Really good guy. But that mask, I mean, I thought Chris did really well. To me, on really the last three movies, the David Gordon Green trilogy, that's one of the few things I would not complain about is the mask. I think he did a good job overall.
Oh, okay.
I think it's Devil's Eyes for me too.
Yeah, it's amazing, honestly. I love it. And like I said, I mean, we crap on the David Gordon Green trilogy a lot, and rightfully so, but you can't crap on the mask, in my opinion.
No, I think Chris did a great job on that.
Yep, he did.
All right, now we got the Renaissance looking H5. God, he looks like a French Polynesian. I mean, a French chef or something. I don't know.
This mask is horrible, in my opinion. Some people love this mask, Mike. I couldn't believe. I watched the tier list where this was like below like their top tier. I couldn't believe it. For me, this isn't the worst in my opinion. It's not like the CGI or the Rob Zombie. I mean, the face just looks so weird and the neck's big. Stop it for me.
That's where I got it too, Josh. It's not good. It's not the worst.
Nope.
It may be the worst the more I watch it, but it's Yeah, it's just
Look
not
at the
good.
face, dude. It's like a small face, but like
It's
a
like a
huge
little
neck.
little bitty pointed nose too, and like
We
it's like
might
a
change our
wick.
Mike. We might change our mind on that one.
We may. All right, so now we got H4 here.
Oh man, I just think what they did is they painted it. I think they painted it too white or too many coats of white, and it took all of like the features out of the mask. It totally like didn't do the mask any favors. This one for me though, like it's not as egregious as number 5. I think I'd leave it a Trick or Treat MFer. Honestly, what do you think?
I'm gonna stop it. Johnson.
Okay, we'll go with.
I mean, if we're right there in the middle, if I can give you this one, if you give me one later on, if you really want to keep it in
No,
Trick or
I'll give
Treat,
you it. I'll give you Stop It, Stop It, Stop It.
Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
not a fan of this one at all.
Yep. But the movie I like a lot. Halloween 4 I like a lot. Halloween 5 is not a good movie in my opinion though. Hey,
True.
but hey, listen, we're talking about Halloween 4 and Halloween 5. We will be meeting Danielle Harris coming up very soon, right, Mike?
Looking forward to that this weekend. That's right. All right, so now we're going to bring up here a Rob Zombie H1 paper.
I really like this mask. I think it looks super cool, but it's not Devil's Eyes to me. But it is that the Boogeyman?
I agree with you. I would love to get this. I actually looked for this to try to get Tyler Main to sign it, and found it in a couple places where people made them, like in Etsy, and it was around 100, 150 bucks. I didn't want to pay that at the time, so but I am going to get this down the road, this mask, and get Tyler to sign it. I absolutely love this mask. It's not Devil's Eyes like you said, but it's right there below it in my opinion.
Yep, I agree. And I'll be straight up. I'm not a fan of either Rob Zombie Halloween movie. The first is better than the second, but that's not saying much to me.
So now we got the Rob Zombie H1 Clown.
This one don't really do anything for me personally. But it's not doing anything horrible, so I think it's Trick or Treat MFer.
That's the same way for me. I mean, that, it's kind of like going on the old school ones you bought.
Yeah.
And they had the little rubber band on the back of them, and that's kind of what they look like. So I agree. I think it's right there in the middle. Not great, but not bad.
Right. Yeah. Yep. I agree.
Oh Lord. This might be the worst mask, Josh. I mean, it's right. I don't think it's bad as CGI, but I don't know. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's horrible. So this is, and listen, H4 supposed to be Michael Myers' triumphant return, Mike, after being killed off in part 2, and then them doing a totally different Halloween movie in part 3, and then people wanted Michael Myers back. So what do? You film a scene where you couldn't find your mask you've been using, so you just throw one on them that you had that you didn't get ready that has a pink face and white hair, Mike. Why, Mike, why did they think this is okay? You can obviously see it in the film. I mean, it
almost was like Ben Tramer was coming back to life or something from the first one where he got the blonde hair.
Mike, this has got to be one of the most egregious thing that's happened in like a horror movie. I mean, like a big budget one anyway. Yeah, it's I'll see you in hell, man.
Well, it and the CGI are right there beside each other. They're the two.
I mean, Mike, how do you defend this as a Halloween Homer?
Gosh, man? This is not the debate tonight, okay? You don't have to. I don't have to defend it. It sucks.
No, listen, Mike. I will say something, Mike, real quick. Ever since we've started this channel, I've always been a fan of Halloween and Michael Myers, but I really have grown way more in my fandom since we started this channel of Halloween and Michael Myers, and I've really grown to appreciate the movies, honestly, and and the character. So
now we got the one that started it all, the OG H1978, John Carpenter, the mask that was William Shatner, and it was just for 20, 30 bucks they probably got this mask and painted it and everything else.
Right. It's the Devil's Eyes. I mean, we both know that.
It's got to be. I mean, that's what it's got to be.
But is it the best mask ever. I don't know about that. I mean, David Gordon Green's 2018 looks like probably better than this one, honestly, Mike. Because it wasn't a cheap mask that they just bought and painted. It was like an actual thing that they had to make. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to say. Not that it has any more significance. I'm just saying if you take the mask as a whole, it's probably better. And if you were doing
it's probably definitely a lot more work and stuff went into it. I mean, this first one was, the guy got it done in probably 30 minutes, but his creativity and what I do like about this, and I saw somebody else, another YouTuber talking about this, and there was a lot of truth to this. What made the original H1978 so great was how Carpenter used shadows and lighting on it. Because it still had some cut out big holes like some of the other ones. But the way he used the shadow and how the movie was dark overall, it didn't show those flaws in it as much. All right, so next we got is the Brute 5, the Brute H5.
So this one for me doesn't do any. I mean, it's not doing anything horrible. I mean, it was just like something that he wore temporarily. An H5. It's not doing anything horrible. I just say trick or treat, mother effer, man. Because it's not doing anything horrible, but it's just not great.
Yeah, and to me, it's definitely not Michael Myers. I would put it in stop it. But I'm fine to give you this trick or treat MFer.
Okay, we'll go with it.
Okay, so now we got Kills Flashback.
So I've been seeing people go nuts over this mask, Mike. They absolutely think it's the cream of the crop. I mean, it looks good, but for me, is that the boogeyman? It's not in the top tier for me.
Yeah, to me, it's that the boogeyman. I think it's that. I think it's really good.
I think it's good too, but it's not Devil's Eyes to me.
No, it's not. It comes across, I think, again with maybe it's just this photo right here, but the lighting on it is too pale white to me. But I think it's that the boogeyman though. I think it's one level below.
I agree.
All right. Moving right along here. Okay, now we got H6.
You know what? Some people don't like this mask because he looks bloated or like a clay face. It looks like clay or something. I have always kind of been a fan of this mask, and they almost used this in Halloween H2O, and they did use it in the beginning of the movie very quickly, but then they decided, no, like we don't want to be associated with Halloween 6 at all, so we're not going to use it. But it is in that movie. So for very quickly in the beginning when he kills the nurse. But for me, this one's right there. Trick or treat, mother effer. I think it's decent.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's right there in the middle. Some scenes of it in the movie, it looks really scary. Other ones, I think it's okay though. It's right in the middle.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Here's your, you and I was talking about this a little bit earlier, the Resurrection. I'm sorry.
Yes. So I actually just met Brad Lorre, who played this, and man, super guy, Mike. I look forward to you meeting him. He's a really fun guy, real cool. But yeah, his movie's not great, but I don't think he did bad as Michael Myers, to be honest. Oh, I'll tell a real quick story. He was telling somebody in line that when he got a call and they're like, hey, you're going to be playing Michael Myers. And he's like, I'm going to be a stuntman for Mike Myers. Like he thought they were talking about Austin Powers, Mike Myers. And so he didn't know. And then the guy called him back and said, no, you're going to play Michael Myers in a movie. And he's like, oh yeah, okay. I get it now. So at first he didn't know. But for me, this mask, I think they kind of went with too much facial expressions with it. They get too much detail, but I don't think it's definitely not See You in Hell. And I don't think it's Stop It. It's not egregious like Halloween 5. And I don't think it looks bad like 4. I think it's right where it's at. Trick or treat MFer. And that's from the movie. So that's, that's right up, that's poetic there.
Yeah, I actually don't think this was a bad mask again, just like I said, the other one. it's kind of right in the middle there. I mean, it's hard when if you're OGer and you like the original, everything's always compared back to the original. And of course, these look similar to it. Some of them do. The H5 looks nothing like it. Or the H4 Pink or the Rob Zombie H2.
Are you thinking about moving H5 to the bottom, Mike, or?
God, I don't know, Josh. It may have to go there eventually, but I agree. I think this one's a trick or treat MFer. I think it's a good spot for it.
Yeah, I do too.
All right, so now we got the original 1978. Michael Myers as a kid. You only saw it for a split 1 or 2 seconds right before he takes it off, and I've got that one too.
To me, listen, this isn't a Michael Myers mask. So, like, I'd either be trick or treat MFer, or I would be. I mean, it's the original, so I guess you could go, is that the Boogeyman? But for me, it couldn't go in Devil's Eyes.
Yeah, I think it's similar to the Rob Zombie H1 clown. I mean, it was already pre-made, so
right.
It was bought off the shelf, kind of like the William Shatner one, but they didn't do anything to this one that I know of. So
right.
I'm fine with it saying we're trick or treat MFer.
Okay.
I would still love to get Sands. I think is it Chris Sands? I may have his name wrong. The original child actor now. I'd like to get him to sign that one though. That's why I bought it.
That'd be cool.
All right, so now I'm going to put this one here, but the Rob Zombie H1 clean look.
I think this actually looks pretty good, Mike. Honestly, I think this mask looks good. I would put it, is that the Boogeyman? Because I think it does a lot right with that. The look, the clean white, and I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I believe it or not, it's kind of with Rob Zombie. It's like it's either I'll see you in hell or is it that the Boogeyman? It's kind of like one extreme to the other, Yeah. And kind of like fans that love his movies, just like, oh man, it's so great. I love that Trailer Park Trash. Oh God, we're gonna get some hate comments on that. But I agree. I think is it that Boogeyman. I mean, and Tyler Mane is such a huge dude.
Well, this is the kid. This is the kid. The kid he actually gets the mask as a kid.
Right. Yeah.
He actually puts it on later, and we'll get to that one, I think, here in a minute. So,
all right. So we got is it that the Boogeyman? So we're down to the last 4 here.
Yeah.
And we got the H4 bandage.
Technically
not a mask. It's bandage. It's kind of a mask, but it's not a mask. So,
and this is Tom Morga that played this part in Halloween 4. So to me, I like this look. I think it's cool. I think some people actually think they should have went with this look for a lot longer in the movie.
Entire movie, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it would make sense. I mean, it covers his whole face and it's white, Man, I mean, I'd have to put it in Trick or Treat MFer because I don't think it's devil. Yeah, so that's where it's going to have to go.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's not that bad of a look, and I can see people want it a little longer. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Invisible Man and the way he was the mummy and stuff wrapped up, but still, I thought it was a good look for him.
Yep, no doubt.
Something to kind of bridge it anyway. All right, so now we got H2.
We both know where that's going. Yep.
Dick Warlock.
Yep. I personally, my favorite Michael Myers is Dick Warlock. So some people say, oh, he moves too robotic or whatever, but I don't think so. I think it's very meticulous the way he moves. I like it a lot.
I love the mask whenever, you've seen the Trick or Treat Studios with the blood coming down.
Yeah.
And that look on that mask is incredible. It's much better. It's much better than this Timo mask that we got. And then we got a video for that. So go check that out. Oh God, that was awful. But
so what do you think? I mean, do you think it's there to me, Mike. It's awesome looking in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I love Halloween 2. A lot of people trash on it, but I love the movie Halloween 2.
Yeah, I mean,
I think the movie. I like the way. I mean, there was a lot of mistakes in it, from the opening scene, and too many shots and all that kind of stuff, and some set errors and stuff. But I love it, and I love the part where a lot of people laugh at it. I love the part when he's shot in the eyes and he's still swinging at Laurie Strode.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I love that. I love that scene in that movie.
And you love the scene when Ben Tramer gets murdered for no reason.
Absolutely love that. The way he bounced off that ambulance in the back. And also how all that was, all up in somebody's front yard too. I don't know how that. All right, so now we got 2018 Halloween.
Devil's
Devil's
eyes. Devil's eyes, dude.
Yeah, Chris, man, killed it on that one.
Oh,
I mean,
I love it. Like I said, I prefer the melted look just because it's something different and it looks cooler. But this one's just as good to me. I mean, it's amazing.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
So we're down to our last one, and it is the Rob Zombie Warren, H1 Warren.
I actually like the look of this too. I know it's got some like rips in it, maybe a little bit, or like it looks like it's been aged a lot and bruised and battered. But I actually like this mask, Mike. I think it's the Boogeyman again, man.
We're agreeing too much, Josh, tonight. I thought you and I would battle a little bit more tonight, and kind of because how I love my Halloween series, but
yeah,
I have to agree with you. I mean, listen, Rob Zombie, as much shit as we give him about his movies.
Yeah.
And I got to go back. I mean, you look at this scoreboard right here, and he's got three.
Yep.
The paper mache, the clean cut, and then the Warren, all as it's that Boogeyman, but he's got one down here. It sucks.
Yep.
Or I'll see you in hell.
Hey,
and then back to the.
Let's go over these real quick because I do nominate number 5. I keep staring at that one, and it's horrible. It needs to go to hell.
Thank God. I was going to suggest that too. Yeah.
That one is absolutely unforgivable, Mike. I can't. I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, I was too nice. That thing is a piece of shit, Mike. Isn't it?
It is. I don't know how anybody would like that one. I mean, I kept thinking he's like some kind of, I mean, some kind of, French artist or something. Nothing against French people, but it just does. It looks like a Renaissance, like he's going to wear some kind of corset or something. And
oh man,
like Adam Ant the singer back in the day or something.
Man, more I look at this K&B, that thing's a piece of crap too, man. That K&B, it just looks like they totally just smoothed it all down. It's like it looks almost like part 4, but worse, in my opinion.
Now, from that picture there of H4, it kind of looks like he's like me. He has no neck, like he's a big fat guy. Like he's a fat guy, he's got no neck there. But
well, he played. Well, I think in that movie towards the end, or like in that movie, in some parts, they gave him like shoulder pads and stuff, so he looked bigger. And it just, like I said, I like the movie, but I think it's got Michael Myers. They got a lot wrong with it. But he actually, I think what's his name, George P. Wilbur. He played Michael Myers in part 4 and in part 6. He did better in part 6, but sadly, Mike, we will never get to meet the guy because he did pass away. I didn't know that. So, yeah. So, yeah, he's that sadly we won't ever get to meet him. And he did play Michael Myers twice. So that kind of, that stinks, man, because it's been a real pleasure meeting all these people that's played Michael Myers, hasn't it, Mike?
Yeah, it has. And that's something I'm trying to do for Anthony is get all these autographs and secure them before some of these guys get too old. I mean, I got to get Dick Warlock because he's in his 80s now. And
yeah, that's one that I need too. I mean, so the ones that I got are Nick Castle, Brad Lorre, Tyler Mane, James Ducournau, and then the guy from Halloween H2O. What was his name? The guy we met.
Chris Duran?
Chris Duran, yeah. So those are the ones that I have. I don't think you have any other ones besides that, do you, Mike?
I got Nick Castle. You got Nick Castle too, right?
Yep. Yes. But
is there anybody on this? Is there any other ones on this list that you would want to move?
No.
I'm looking at that Brute H5, man, and
you want to move that to stop?
Not even a Michael Myers. I mean, I know the Rob Zombie clown one is not either, but I don't know. What do you think about that Brute H5?
You want to move Brute to stop it?
Yeah.
We'll do it.
All right.
So for me, then, I think I'm looking at this. H kills. Well, that's not kills. Oh no. Rob Zombie won clean. I think I like the Warren version better. Honestly, I really
Yeah.
do. I think I would move the clean one down to Trick or Treat.
The clean one?
Yeah. I like the Warren one better. I think it looks better.
Yeah.
Do you like your Michael Myers like normal size guy, like in the first movie, second movie, or do you like him like Tyler Mane 6'10" or what? What do you like?
To me, what made Michael Myers so scary at the beginning was he could be any average guy.
Yeah.
So to me, a Nick Castle 5'8", 5'10", 160 pounds is fine with me. He doesn't have to be 6'10" and 240, 275.
Mhm.
Now, nothing against Tyler Mane because he's a big, scary dude.
Yeah.
James Jude Courtney's 6'2", 6'3". He's not super huge, but I like the Dick Warlock and the Nick Castles early on because they could be anybody. That was the thing. You're babysitting back in that time period, and it could be anybody coming in. I mean, that's what made it scary. And then his superhuman strength for that size made it even.
Well, and James Jude Courtney's about 6'3", isn't he, Mike? I mean, he's
He's like 6'2", 6'3", yeah.
Yeah. So, and man, when we stood next to Tyler Mane, you're like, dude, this guy's huge.
He is huge. He's a big guy.
Yeah, he's a big dude. Real nice guy though. I definitely recommend you guys getting his autograph if you can meet him at a con or something. But yeah, I'm cool with this, man. I'm cool with that tier list. I think it looks good, Mike. I think we did a good job. Hey, like, comment, subscribe if you like this. I think we're gonna try to do some more tier lists down the road here. I like doing them. I think they're a lot of fun. And yeah, if you have any suggestions for tier lists for us to do, put them in the comments.
And we know we're going to upset some people with what we said here. So tell us kindly, softly in the comments of what you would move up or move down and you disagree with us on.
Or tell us or just tell us what ones are your favorites or, which ones are the worst to you. So it's always good.
Yep. All right, guys, y'all have a good one. Please like, comment, subscribe to Real Dead. Check us out on Facebook at the Horror Community, Real Dead Horror Community also.
Yep.
Have a good one, Josh.
Yep. See you now. Bye.